Axel.
This is Pontus from the band Horisont.
Playing at Pictures.
In Duesseldorf tonight.
It's very hot. It's hideous, actually.
Yeah, it's hell on earth.
Yeah. This is probably the hottest tour we've ever done. So, I mean, it's okay when you're on stage, but everything else around it's a pain.
At the Ponchecat, it was unbelievable. It must have been like 50 or 60 degrees on that stage. Our bass player Magnus looked like he had a shower or something. So that was fun, but terrible at the same time. German audiences, they're great. I love playing down here, and I think we've never had like a boring show here ever. It's always fun coming down here to play.
Yeah, and the thing is with the German audience that they actually listen to the show. Like the Swedish audience, they just go to the bar and they're not really there for the music. But the Germans are.
We think.
Yeah, we hope.
I think really Germany is kind of the heart of European touring. Like it's a huge country with a huge bunch of rock and roll people, and I love playing in Germany. You know, it's the shows are always really organized, and you know, German people are serious rock and roll people and serious metal people. So yeah, I love playing here.
This is the main guy, the main man. And but we all contribute in some way, but it's often Axel who comes up with an idea to a song or maybe a finished song, and we'll just put it together in the rehearsal space. And influence is you?
I'm a huge AOR fan. I like Boston, Survivor, but I mean, our music is more influenced by the 70s rock, I guess. 70s hard rock, like UFO and Ted Nugent. And Kiss.
And Kiss.
The Order of Israfel, it's mostly cathedral, Candlemass, Leif Edling's other band Crux is a big influence. Also Reverend Bizarre, Black Sabbath of course, and then you know there's a lot of Thin Lizzy and even a bit of Metallica stuff in there probably. And then with my other band, Night Viper, it's very influenced by Kill 'Em All era Metallica and also by Judas Priest, just classic heavy metal basically. I feel like in Night Viper, most of the songs were written by me and the singer Sophie Lee, and Sophie Lee is very influenced by Coven. It's kind of like a cult rock band, and also by ABBA. So in that case, it's like heavy metal, but with very like strong melodies and stuff like that.
Charlie and I have been friends for like 16 or 17 years, playing together. And a friend of ours were at McDonald's a late night, and he found Axel behind the counter, and they exchanged numbers, and we called Axel, and that's basically how Horisont started. We were a trio, you can say, from the beginning, with the old guitarist Christopher and Axel and I, and then Charlie and Magnus kind of joined in, and that's how we became Horisont. He had children and stuff and didn't want to tour anymore. And we found Tom.
Yeah, he just moved to Gothenburg, and we knew him because we met him on tour when he was with Church of Misery.
Yeah, so we gave him a call and asked if he wanted to like fill in from the beginning, and
He said that would be amazing.
yep. And after maybe 30 shows or something, we asked him to join the band, and he was screaming like a little girl out of happiness, and yep, now he's here.
Basically, I started playing with them just filling in. Like their guitar player Christopher, he has children, so there were some tours that were going to be difficult for him to do because he didn't want to be away from his family. So yeah, first it ended up only being 5 shows actually, but I did 5 shows filling in for Christopher, and then actually Charlie, the other guitar player, had to go to England for 4 months to study, and so I filled in for him as well on a tour. And then Christopher couldn't do another tour, so I filled in for him again. So I had to like learn the guitar parts on either side of the stage again and again. And then finally, when Christopher realized that he really couldn't keep up with the band because of his family, then yeah, I guess I was the first person they talked to, and I said yes. So yeah, and I've been, I guess, a full member of the band for a bit over a year now.
Yeah, Thomas. Alive One with Kiss. If You Want Blood, AC/DC, and Machine Head. No, Made in Japan, Deep Purple.
Yeah. Okay, mine are Galveston with Glenn Campbell, The first Ted Nugent album and every Survivor album.
Yes, definitely. I would say, like, I love the first two Cathedral albums and the first two Cathedral EPs, Static Magic and Soul Sacrifice. So all that is huge for me. But if I had to pick one, I guess I would pick the Ethereal Mirror, their second album. It's really such a perfect mix of like doom metal heaviness, but with so much like melody in the riffs, and the twin guitar work. The way they work together is amazing, and the way that Lee Dorian is like, he really, it's so weird what he does, and so it's got a lot of color to it. So yeah, I would say that Cathedral album is a big one for me. I guess it's hard for me to pick, but Metallica's Kill 'Em All or And Justice for All. And Justice for All was the first proper heavy metal album I ever heard. So I would say that. But for example, in Night Viper, it really is that more that like fresh, very like crisp and like kind of happy, almost like energetic heavy metal, like Metallica style. So I guess I can say Kill 'Em All. And a third one, I have to pick something by Black Sabbath because they're just, you know, like been my favorite band for such a long time. And yeah, I would say probably Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Again, it's that combination of heaviness with a lot of melody and a lot of like risk taking. You know, they did, you know, songs like Who Are You with this keyboard driven, and songs with flutes and all that kind of stuff. I like that experimentation, and it's something I feel like the doom metal world could learn from a lot. Because there's, you know, you don't have to just do one thing. So those are my three choices.
To tour. Like a while we had this thing where we were standing in a ring and just scream at each other. And I don't know where that came from. It's almost like a football thing. Yeah. Ah! But we stopped with that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No, sometimes it could be you split up the entire day and you just meet up and go do the gig. And sometimes you hang out the entire day in the bus, farting at each other's faces
and drinking beer
and just trying to make the day pass, and then someone tells you it's 5 minutes to stage and it's like, oh, have a good show.
With the Order of Israfel, it's quite different because I'm singing, and it's a really personal band to me. So in some ways I get a little bit messed up in my head a little bit before the show, sometimes worrying about if it's going to be good, am I going to sing well, all this stuff. And we just finished a tour with Pentagram, and I actually started a new ritual which really works for me. So Cathedral released an album called Anniversary a few years ago. It's a live album, and the sound on that album is incredible, and it really, basically they just nailed what I wish I could achieve with the Order of Israfel, basically. So I put on this live album and just hear how magical those guitar tones are, and how, like, the atmosphere that they create. And so that really brings me back and reminds me why I started the Order of Israfel and what I want to create on stage. So yeah, that's a ritual for me for that band. Actually, when I play with Horisont, I don't have any rituals actually. Like, I feel very comfortable on stage. I always have. Like, I used to get a bit more nervous, but these days I play so often that unless it's like a big show or something, I often feel totally just calm. So I don't really have to do anything.
It's our second time.
Yeah.
So we played it with the Spiders
And Vidunder.
and Vidunder.
That was an awesome show. The tour was in November, right? So a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an awesome night. Had a couple of drinks.
I think since it's our last show on the tour, so we just put everything in. Nothing will be left.
No, 110% of commitment and trying to make everybody as happy as possible.
I love it. I mean, obviously, I moved there to play music. This is why I moved there. Yeah, I grew up listening to Entombed and Dismember, so really it was those bands that made me interested in Sweden in the first place. I was actually a little bit concerned that by that moving to Sweden would that no one would care, like that everyone would feel like, well, we've got hundreds of good guitar players or good musicians. We don't really need another one from Australia. But it turned out fine. There was space for me there. And I love it. Like, being from Australia and also because I lived in Japan for 10 years, you feel so apart from everything, actually. Growing up in Australia, like, I had some Australian bands that I liked, but really all my really favorite bands were from somewhere else. And it's amazing to now get this opportunity to play with people, play shows with people, or even play in bands with people that I looked up to before. And it's it's been a magical experience for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Here you go. Mine is a bit more visible.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And you should get a photo of Tom's as well. Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.